Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you HubFit's Habit feature. I'm going to show you how it works on the coach side and how it works on the client side. Right now I am in the habit section of my library. So this is where you can create your own habits in your library to reuse them with different clients. At the moment I have 3 habits and we can add more habits by clicking on this add habit. Here you'll see you have several different options. You can select an emoji, you can add a title. Here you can add a description for the habit, and then over here you have the habit goal. So there are 2 types of goals. There's a daily goal and a weekly goal. A daily goal would mean they have to hit it every single day. A weekly goal means they have to hit it throughout the week. So for example, let's say we want to create a 10,000 steps habit and this is set to daily. So this would mean complete 10,000 steps every day. If we change this to weekly, it would mean complete 10,000 steps every week. So you might do a 50,000 steps weekly habit, and this would mean it doesn't matter what they get on a daily basis. So maybe one day they will log 5,000 and the second day they will log 15,000. But as long as they hit 50,000 within that week, then the goal would have been achieved. When you select weekly, you will see this option here. This option determines the days that the habit appears in their task list and the days that they get a reminder to complete the habit. Next, you have a habit duration. So if you want to provide a specific duration for a habit, you can click on this. Now, because this is in our own library, we can assign it a day. So we could say this habit is for 30 days. And when we add this to a client's habit, it would automatically set the end date based on the current date. And here you have a habit reminder. If you want them to receive a notification, you can have this set. And here you can type in your habit reminder. So you could say something like, so this is how you can create the entire habit from scratch. If you want to preset these values, you can look at the HubFit library. So if I click on this, you'll see you have several different habits. And let's say, for example, we select this eat fruits. It will pre-fill everything and then I can modify it and add it to my library. So that's everything when it comes to your habit library. You can add these habits and you can reuse them anytime with your clients. I will now show you how we can add a habit to a client's profile and how we can view the habits that they've logged. So right now I have a client open and I am in the habit section. You'll see here you have the option to view all their habits and to view the summary. Here you can see the list of habits that they have. To add a habit for a client, you can click on this new habit. You'll see here we can create a habit from scratch, so this would be the exact same steps we went through. The only difference is if you add a habit to a client, you can specify the start date, and if you want to specify the end date, you can do so as well. The start date allows you to pick a date in the future, which would allow you to stack habits. You can import directly from your library by just switching to this option here, and then you can select something from your library. So right now I have water intake habit open. Here you can see the goal that was set. So this is a daily habit. Over here you can get a quick summary. Here you have a calendar view for the month of May based on our filter here. And here you have the entries in a table format. If you want to edit the habit, you can click this edit. And you can modify the habit if you want to update the goal, or if you want to delete the habit or even set a reminder, you can do so. Over here you will see if a habit is completed, it is marked with a blue circle, and if it's not yet completed, you will see it as a yellow circle, and the bar will show you how much it's been completed. So for example, you can see this has almost been completed, and you can see this is halfway to be completed. You can also hover to see the value. So for example, you can see they've logged 2.3 out of the goal, which is 2.5. You as a coach can also log on their behalf, so you can do so by clicking on a specific day. So if I click on this, for example, I can log, and let's say now we want to log 2.5 liters, and I'll do update entry, and just like that we've logged on the client's behalf. You also have the option to view all the entries straight from here, and you can also edit by clicking this. So that's how a daily habit looks like. I also have a weekly habit here to show you what that looks like. The only difference with a weekly habit is that the goal is an accumulation of a given week. You can view the weeks over here and you can see which weeks were completed and which weeks have not yet been completed. So here, for example, I can see that so far this week they've logged 2 days, but the goal was 3, and that's why we see a yellow indicator. If you stack a habit, it will appear like this. So you can see we have the start date set for the 28th of May. Next up, I'll show you the summary tab. The summary tab gives you a weekly overview of all the habits. So here you will see the habits, and then here you can see the average for that week. You can filter between the weeks by clicking on this over here. This week so far no habits have been completed, but that is because we're only at Thursday. If I go to a previous week, you can see over here they've completed this habit for the daily steps, and the daily average was 14,000. Over here you can see this has not been completed for the full week, but there are some days where they've completed the habit. So that is everything when it comes to habits from the coach side. I'm now going to switch to the client app to show you how it looks like on the client side and how they can log and view their habits. I am now logged in as a client in the client app. We are in the dashboard, and here you will see under the task section there are 3 habits. There is also a dedicated habits tab, but when a habit is due for a specific day, they will be able to see it directly in their tasks. So here you see there are 3 habits. This habit here, water intake, has been completed. This daily steps habit, you can see from the progress indicator, has not been completed yet. The daily steps goal was 10,000 and they've logged 7,000 so far. The client can log a habit directly from here by clicking on this plus icon. So if I click this, I can log the habit. You have the option to completely reset a habit. You have the option to quick complete a habit, and you have the option to just add. So if I do add, I can say add another 1,000, and I can do add. I can also click this tick to just complete the habit. And just like that, we've completed the habit. I will now head over to the habits tab to show you what that looks like. The habits tab allows the client to view all their habits. Over here, they can see their weekly progress. Here they can see for the week how many habits they've logged for each specific day. So if I hover over here, I can see today we've logged 4 habits so far. Here they can view all the active habits, and here they can see the habits that they've logged for each day that week. If you have any habits that are upcoming, they will appear here. Let's go ahead and click on a habit that is active. Here you'll see they get a full overview of the habit. This is similar to what we just saw on the coach side, and this also allows them to backfill a habit. So if they ever need to log something for a previous date, they can just come here, click on any date, and they can log it. If you have any instructions or anything, they can view it from here. And over here, they can view their stats for a specific habit. So they can view their streaks, their total, their average, their completion rate. So that is everything when it comes to the habit system in HubFit. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below.